Perfect. Okay. So first of all, thanks everyone for coming. I know that was like super last minute. I decided to open it up to everyone. Normally every month I like to do Diamond Leaders calls. So Shailene said she would speak for everyone. So this is awesome. So I'm gonna sort of just introduce her and she will get right into it. I'm super excited to hear from her. So she's been working alongside her husband. They founded Fam Jam Empire 2 years ago. They're 3-star diamond and 1-star diamond coaches. They're 2020 premier coaches. She quit her corporate career 1.5 years ago, 1.5 years ago. She's a mom of 3, ages 10, 8, and 6, and they're all doing virtual schooling. So she's busy, but she still puts her business first. And yeah, she's going to chat to us all about launching 9-Week Control Freak and then how to sort of go into the new year, not wait till January, how to sort of go about December.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. By the way, I was like jamming out to that song just before. That was a good one. I like it. I'm so pumped and I'm excited that it's actually everybody and not just diamond coaches on tonight's call. So thanks everyone for showing up. This is super last minute for you guys. So yeah, a little bit about me. Stay-at-home mom. Things are absolutely insane right now. I don't know if anyone is virtual schooling with the kiddos. If you are, drop it in the chat. But it is like, it's so crazy. And I've learned a lot in the last 4 months of being at home with the kids in this virtual school setting. Summertime for us was great because I could do whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. We didn't have any other schedules to worry about. I didn't have to manage their time. I could run my business whenever I wanted to. It was easy. The flow was there. And something that has really just kind of like struck me across the head has really been time management. And I want to talk to you guys a lot about time management tonight. I want to talk about moving into 2021 and setting up for success, regardless of kind of where you're at, because I think wherever you're at on your journey right now, you can relate to the fact that we feel like we need more hours in the day. You can relate to the fact that you might be feeling a little bit burnt out. We're coming into the end of the year. It's a busy season. A lot of the things that I'm hearing from our coaches on our team is that they're feeling super burnt out and they just want to take a break and they want to wait till after Christmas. They want to wait till the new year. And I think coming through to just over 2 years now of coaching, I'm kind of getting the rhythm down of year after year of, when the highs are high and when the lows are low. And you kind of have to go with the ebbs and flows of how things are happening for us in this business. But I want you to really understand how important this month is. Regardless of where you're at, regardless of what's happening in your life, I want to hopefully by the end of tonight be able to give you some really tangible things that you can move forward with and know that you're doing what you need to be doing right now and using the best possible use of your time so that you are giving yourself to your family and to what's important to you and your priorities at home while still maintaining a really incredible business. It is a launch month. This is crazy that we have a launch month happening for us right now. And I think the initial gut reaction for me when I first started coaching was like, I'm just gonna take a break for Christmas and I'm gonna wait. And after Christmas, then I'll really focus on my business because I want that time with my family. But I really started to just understand that I have to prep now if I want to have a really good January. I can't wait until January to decide, and now I'm going to show up. Like holidays are over, everything else is over. Now I'm going to show up because you know how many other people are already ahead of the game right now. And I'm way too late if I decide that I'm going to take my time off. This is going to be my down month. This is going to be my downtime. I'm just going to take my foot off the gas a little bit and I'm just going to chill. I'm going to enjoy all the cheesy holiday movies and not work my business because I'm totally into all the Hallmark movies. Trust me. And that's kind of what my attitude used to be like. But I think right now, instead of thinking that I can't have time for all of that, I can't have time for my family, because trust me, if you tell me I can't do something, it makes me want to do something even more. And if I would listen to my coach and they'd be like, you can't take your foot off the pedal. You got to go. And I was like, but no, don't tell. I came into this business because I didn't want people telling me what to do. Like, is that you guys? Because I'm pretty sure we all signed up for this because we wanted to be our own boss. I know I did. And so when I had people telling me what to do, it almost gave me this resistance of like, well, I'm not going to do it just because you told me what to do and I'm the CEO of my own business. I'm just going to do whatever I want. Meanwhile, they literally were giving me the blueprint to be like, no, here's what you should do if you want to see success. If you don't, then that's fine. Or if this isn't the time for you, this isn't the right time for you, that's fine. I know it's the right time for all of you because you showed up for this call. So this is kind of like your blueprint of how do you manage your time effectively so that you can be present with your family. You can show up for the moments that are important for you right now and still effectively have an incredible launch with 9-Week Control Freak. So I really want to talk about like, how are you spending your time and what do you need to focus on in order to maximize your time this month and making sure that you're moving forward. I think first things first is that we need to set a goal for ourselves. And January is the time to set your dreams and your visions. I think now sometimes we think, oh, we have to redo, we got to go back to the drawing board and we got to like rejig all of our dreams and our visions and we got to do the whole thing all over again. And I want to encourage you not to do that right now, because now is the time to set a short-term goal. This is the end of the year. We're closing out a year. We're coming on a big launch to sit back and start reevaluating all of these things that you want out of your life. That takes a lot of time away from where you're going to be present in your business. And if you set a short-term goal, a monthly goal for December, that's what's really going to drive you to move forward. That's what's going to drive you in a direction to want to show up every day, to not feel overwhelmed by the dream and the vision that's 5 to 10 years from now. That feels overwhelming. That feels like you have time. That makes you feel like, well, I don't really have to show up tonight because I've got 5 years to figure it out. Meanwhile, 5 years from now, you're going to look back and go, oh, I wish I just did that one thing on that one day. And I know it to be true because I set goals for our 10-year anniversary and we didn't do any of the things that we said we were going to do when we got married on our 10-year anniversary because we never worked towards it. We never actually put an action in plan to be able to achieve those things. And so sometimes when it's really, really far out, I want to encourage you to just kind of like leave that for the new year. Allow that new year to be that fresh start and that time where you really focus on a lot of that. And make December the time where you're going to go all in on a short-term goal. Something that I want you to think about is when you're talking about goal setting for this month, how many new coaches are you going to get started in December? How many new clients are you going to help in December? What income do you want to earn this month? What is your success club going to be this month? And what rank do you want to close out the year as? These are some of the things that you can set goals on. I would encourage you to set a goal on all of those categories. That for me is what really drives me every day. And I'm going to tell you how you can kind of break that down. But I really think having that short-term goal is something that is going to help you do the gritty work instead of the busy work. Because the dreams and the visions makes me want to rebrand and have really pretty pictures and have this and have that. And it keeps me really busy, but it's not necessarily the work that is going to produce what I want to achieve this month. And I'm not going to attain my goals by doing all of the busy work, which I am a creative person and I'm somebody who will sit in Canva all day long if I could, because I love that stuff. Like that brings me joy. And I'm like, oh, right. I've been sitting here for 2 hours trying to make a pretty graphic and it literally is doing nothing. Like I'm going to get 50 likes on it. Great. And then it's done. Like that is not time well spent when I have goals of wanting to help 5 new coaches or 5 new clients this month. That's not where I should be spending my time. And that's really what I mean about, how are you using your time effectively this month in making sure that you're reaching your goals, spending time on your business, launching a really incredible program, but also able to spend time and be present with your family during the holiday season. So I really just want you to understand that we really have to be ready when people are ready in January. Waiting until January to start prepping. People are watching now. They're watching you. They may have decided now, I'm going to start in January, but I'm just not ready yet. And they haven't even told you. Yes, honey. Hi. You can go down and play. And it's like, go ask daddy, okay? Sorry, guys. So it's like they're watching you in this moment. And I think this was hard for me to understand when I was first coaching, was I would get like a random message out of the blue from some person who was like, okay, I think I'm ready. And I'm like, I have never even talked to you. What do you mean you're ready? Like, I don't even know what you're ready for. But people are looking for a solution in January now. Think of all the sales that are out there right now, especially over this weekend. There's so many things just being plastered everywhere in front of people. And they might not be ready this month, but you better believe they're thinking about what they're going to do in January. So allow them to see you still showing up every single day with a solution, so that in January, when they're ready, or when you go to invite them, they're like, yeah, you know what? This is exactly what I need, because 2021 is going to be my year. I am over 2020 and I'm ready to go. Let's go. But they need to know that they can trust you. And they can only trust you if you're building the connective tissue with them on social media. And you can only do that if you're showing up in your business every single day. You guys need to go downstairs, please. Not up here, though. Sorry, guys. They're going to be very loud in a second. So how are you going to be talking about this program? How can we prep for this? How can we have people think of us first instead of other people moving into December and moving into January? I want you, again, just like really focus on those goals. And what is your why? What's the one thing out of those goals that's going to drive you? Do you need cash for Christmas? Do you need a car payment? Do you want to be present for family dinners? Do you need to add to your travel fund one day when that's possible for us all again? Do you need to add to your savings? Maybe you need to pay down some credit card debt. Maybe you know 5 people and you just want to gift health to them right now because you know they're really struggling. What's your why? What's the thing that's going to drive you this month? And like, get gritty with this. Not just, I want to hit Success Club 5 because that'd be really cool. What are you going to use the money for? How is it going to drive you? What does helping 3 people a month mean to you? What does that look like? And when you get really gritty with your why for the month, not just like your why in general, sometimes again, your dreams and your visions are really important, but sometimes our why is too big that we can't grasp what that means on a daily basis when we get to do the work. And you've got to get down and dirty and just get the work done when you don't want to show up. But if you have the why of like, I want to pay for my Christmas gifts in cash this year, that's important to me. And that for me is like, I can grasp that. That's something that's like right within my reach. And I know I can achieve that if I put in the work. So how are you going to do this? Serve, 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 serve. I can't stress that enough, especially right now in this season. This is the time where you can build that connective tissue with your audience and you can serve and provide value every single day. And I'm talking like give away all the tips. Like watch an Ultimate Portion Fix video and then go share a takeaway. I hear all the time, I don't know what to talk about. I have no ideas. I feel like I'm not important enough. I feel like I'm boring. I feel like I'm not a nutrition expert. I'm not a fitness expert. Who am I to teach somebody about this stuff? You're the exact person they want to hear from. Your friends want to know what's working for you. They don't want to hear from another professional telling them something else that they got to do that's not going to work for them. They want to see real people doing real things, getting real results. And that's all of you. So share a tip that you learned. You don't have to say, I created this. You just have to share what you're learning and teach your audience. That is the number one thing that you will see shift in your business and the messages you receive of people saying, yes, I'm ready, let's go. When you start teaching instead of just sharing. Sharing's great. Sharing your journey is great. But if you get messages that are like, oh, that's great for her. You're so inspiring. Oh, I don't know how you do it. That is a really good indication that you're not teaching enough on your social media. So have that checkpoint with yourself. And if you are getting those messages, then it's a great learning. It's a pivot, right? Okay, now I'm going to provide more value. Now I'm going to teach you a little bit more. Share a transformation, share a client testimonial, share a motivational quote from the workouts. The workouts are insane for motivational quotes. If you just wait till like the end of them, like don't skip the stretching part, actually do the stretching or watch that part, you'll get so many motivational quotes from all the trainers. You know, why are you on this journey? Share that again. Cast out that vision of the person that you're looking for to join your team. These are all ideas, meals, prepping. What are really great meals for the family? What are really great snacks for the kids? These are all things that you can be sharing right now to build the connective tissue, to have eyes on you so that people are like, oh my gosh, these tips are incredible. Please keep them coming. I need all of this in my life right now. The list literally will go on, and you should never run out of ideas. If you ever run out of ideas, go to the blog, go to Nutrition Plus. I am obsessed with Alana's office hours right now. The information that she has in there is gold. It is absolutely gold. Take some of that and share and serve the people who are actually watching you right now. I think you can serve the same content in a multitude of ways as well. Right? Don't try and think of 3 different things. If you are posting about one idea, or maybe it's a meal, you could make the meal and share it on stories. You could cut it up into cute little clips so that you can add it to a reel. And you can post a picture to your feed and then make a post about your nutrition journey. There's so many ways that you can use the exact same piece of content, just in different ways. So I want to encourage you to like repurpose your content. If you're feeling like there's just way too much and I don't even know what to do, repurposing the same idea in different formats is like the easiest way to get stuff done. And it's going to save you a ton of time when you're doing that. I don't know if you guys run any type of free group or not, but if you run a free group to like funnel into a challenge group, now is definitely the time for that. So don't let up on it and think everyone's too busy, they don't know what to do. Jump in with like 12 days of Fitsmas or 5 days of Fitsmas and do like a quick challenge. I just ran a squat challenge. I did 25, 50, 75, 100 squats. And then the last day, you know, the Sally up, Sally down video with like the squats. If you haven't seen it, search on YouTube. Everyone loved it. It was so simple. All I had to do was show up and go live and do 25 squats and then 50 squats and then 75. There was like zero prep work and everyone was all over it. So think of something that's super simple. Again, going to save you a ton of time, that you have a system where you're giving value, and now you're going to funnel those people into asking them to join you on something that's more of a permanent solution, not just such a quick fix or like a quick start with something that's like a 5-day free group, right? The second thing that I want you guys to really do is to set up your bod group or challenge group on Facebook, wherever you have your space. I want you to set it up for 9-Week Control Freak now. Again, this is something that's going to save you time in the future. And if you have something to invite to, you're more inclined to invite to it than if you have to set it up and you're like dreading the things that you have to do. So right now in this moment, set up your challenge group this week, get it ready so that you can add people into it and you can feel confident knowing you have a space to add people to. That for me was something that was like last on my list all the time. And then it was just like I don't even want to invite because I don't even have it set up. And like all these things kind of played in my head. So get that set up so that you can make sure that you have a start date. And that's the other thing. Set your start date for 9-Week Control Freak. What's your start date going to be? I was listening to Autumn speak yesterday, and she was talking about, you know, you have to have all of the equipment in order to do this program. So for me, I'm actually setting my challenge group in January. It's going to be January 11th, which allows tons of time for shipping, tons of time for things to come in. I can run a prep week if I want to. I can focus on nutrition if people are getting started early, but it gives me that time. And I'm not putting pressure on people to get started in December. All I'm saying is let's get your kit now so that you're ready. When you're ready to go in January, I'm ready to go with you so that you have everything in place. And this is the month where they just need to buy it. They don't need to commit to anything this month. They don't need to get started. They just need to get their package so that they can get it in the mail. And that is a lot of the communication that's coming out from me with anyone who I've been talking to and will be talking to this month, is like, don't worry about stressing about trying to get fit over the holidays. Sometimes I feel like that's something that people are just like, meh, no, I'm out. I need to wait for the new year. But get them their packs so they're ready to go in January, so they're ready to do the thing. So you can set them up for success. Be confident in the messaging that you can set them up for success if they grab their pack in December. I want you to invite people every single day to your challenge group. This is where we're going to reverse engineer some goals. So I have heard from so many of my coaches about invites. And they're like, well, I sent out 2 invites every single day this month. And I congratulate them. That's fantastic. I'm glad that you set that out. But you also set a goal for yourself of wanting to achieve Success Club 20. And you know that you get ghosted a lot of the time when you send out an invite. So is 2 invites going to get you to your goal of Success Club 20 or even Success Club 5 for that matter? And I think it's important that you understand, I asked you to set your goals in the beginning. How many new clients do you want to have? How many Success Club points do you want to have this month? It's really important to understand how many invites you need to send out in order to achieve that goal. And that was a missing link for me for a really long time. I did not connect those dots, and I just magically thought it would like happen somehow. I don't really know what I was doing or what I was thinking. Maybe I didn't understand it at the time, but we really have to connect the dots. So if you want to have 10 new clients in December, you really need to know that if I invite, for example, if I were to invite 10 people a day, I likely am not going to yield a result that's more than like Success Club 5 at the end of the month based on the conversations that I have with people. You can do this even for Success Club. So 10 new clients, if everyone bought a challenge pack, that would be Success Club 20, right? 2 points per challenge pack, that would be SC 20. So if I have 3 of 10 people respond to me to an invite, I have 7 people on average out of 10 that are probably just going to ghost me or never going to read the message ever. I get 3 people who actually respond back. 1 in 15 people decide that I'm talking to, decide to get started in the month that I'm actually talking to them in. How many times are we talking to people? They're like, yes, 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 this sounds great. But it might take 4 or 5 months before they actually decide to do the thing and to sign up and say that they're ready to go, right? So if you have 1 in 15 people who are actually answering you, it would take 5 days in a perfect world where someone would buy a challenge pack from you. So at the end of the month, that's 5 challenge packs because you would have 1 every 5 days. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, right? If we're going through, I mean, you're an average of about SC 10 at the most, inviting 10 people a day. And this is what I had to break down. So right out of the gate, I'm not even setting myself up for success. Right out of the gate, I'm already playing small. I want to hit Success Club 20, but I'm not even doing the work that's going to get me there. I got to double my efforts. Minimum. I have to not send out 10 invites a day. I've got to send out 20 invites a day every single day and be consistent with that. Not just 20 invites on Monday, Tuesday, and then slack off the rest of the week and then be like, oh, I sent out 20 invites a day. No, I really didn't. You have to be consistent with it. And if you know you're going to be busy, then bulk them. Send out more invites on a Wednesday. If you know Thursday night, you're out with the kids, you've got activities going on, bulk your invites, but you have to know your number. So break down your number. What is it? And if you don't know, use mine on average of, if you want to hit SC 20 on average, you're probably sending out 30, I'm going to say 30 invites a day for most people. Okay. So just understand kind of where those numbers are at. Same with an income goal. I don't know how many times I have heard, I want to earn $1,000 a month. You want cash for Christmas. You want to earn $1,000 a month. And then the Success Club goal is I want to hit SC 5. And I go, whoa, back up the train. If you have a challenge pack, one challenge pack on average is a $50 commission, right? So if you have 3 of those, It's only $150. Now, only $150, that's a couple of really great gifts. If that's your goal, that's amazing. But if the goal was $1,000, now we got to back it up. And now we got to go, okay, wait, that's actually 20 challenge packs. If I am in control of the income that I want to earn this month, and I'm not relying on my team, and I'm not relying on team cycles, and I don't have any team bonus coming in, I'm not relying on any of that this month because I want to be in control of what I'm earning this month. I know I have to do the work to have 20 challenge packs to earn $1,000, unless you're selling deluxe challenge packs because you earn a higher commission off deluxe challenge packs. That's only 13 challenge packs if you are selling deluxe. So don't be afraid. The whole point of this is like, don't be afraid of the upsell. Don't be afraid of the deluxe challenge pack. Encourage people to get the best package of everything bundled. It's less conversations and a better ROI for you. And oftentimes we play small and we only offer BOD. Oftentimes we play really small. We're like, just get the workouts for a year because I just want you to say yes and you're here and I don't want to lose you. And like, this is going to be so great. And then we get scared of the sale. It's not a sale. You're helping someone change their life. Like these, we all believe in these programs and products to our core, or you wouldn't be sitting here. And being able to believe in these programs and products to your core should be easier to be able to share everything instead of being afraid of spending other people's money. We're not spending other people's money. You're helping them invest into their health and wellness. That is massive, massive, massive. And that simple mindset shift for me was one that really allowed me to show up way differently in my conversations when I was inviting people, instead of going, well, I have an income goal and I know I just want to make money, so now I'm inviting just to make money. And that didn't work for me. I could not invite from that place. I want you to reverse engineer your goal so that you understand the work you have to do in order to achieve an income goal. I think it's important to understand the correlation between Success Club, how many invites you need, and what that's going to yield in income. That's very important. But to think of people as numbers or as dollar signs didn't work for me. That was definitely something that I had to get really gritty with. And I had to, align kind of my values and what's worked for me to make sure that I was showing up through my invites and not treating people like a number. I knew what I wanted for my family and I knew what I needed to stay at home with my kids, to be at home with my babies. That was the goal. That was the ultimate goal. And so income was important to me because I had to be able to achieve that in order to stay home. But I couldn't look at people as numbers. And so I encourage you through this month of, it's a really hard month for a lot of people. And as you're navigating through December and you have these big goals and these numbers, still looking at people and saying, well, what value can I add to your life? I understand you're making an investment into your own health. Yes, I understand there is a transaction that happens. But then let me blow your mind with the value that I'm going to bring into your life and how I'm going to change things for you. Because this is where it starts. This is where we stop stopping constantly. This is where I help you and I'm going to be your biggest cheerleader. And so for me, there definitely was like that mindset switch that I needed to make, especially when I'm talking all these numbers, is like, okay, let's make sure that it's not just all about the numbers. I think that there's also a really big piece to setting your goals and, feeling like a failure almost at the end of the month. You look back and you're like, oh, well, I didn't hit this and I didn't hit this and I didn't hit this. And you feel like a failure because you expected more income for the work that you did, or you expected more clients to actually be joining into your challenge group than what you had because your invites weren't there. You get to the end of the month and you're like, man, and you get down on yourself. But I want to encourage you, if you understand how to reverse engineer it, you start understanding where you're going to spend your time. And you start understanding, okay, I'm going to take 30 minutes. I'm going to send out these 30 invites. And I know that's the activity that I need to be doing today that's still going to help me in January. That's going to help me build the foundation for my business for the next 3 months. The work I do now is building the foundation for the next 3 months of my business. And that is something that's really important. So at the end of the month, when you look back at your goals, you don't constantly feel like you're never hitting it or you're never achieving anything or you're not moving forward. Because I've been there and I felt like I've been failing month and month and month and month again. To say that I have never thought of quitting coaching would be a total lie, because I felt like a total imposter and I felt like a total failure at times, because I'm not achieving the goals when I didn't know the work that needed to be done in order to get there, because I was busy doing the busy work. I was just doing the busy work. So really, really encourage you guys, break down your goal, reverse engineer it. It's really going to help you. Now, you guys know Fortune's in the follow-up. So you're inviting, but like Fortune is in the follow-up. Make sure that you have a system to track everyone that you're inviting and track everyone that's responding back to you. That's who I track. I don't track everyone I invite, but if they reply back and say, yeah, I'd love more information, I make sure I write their name down. If they reply back and say, no, thanks, not right now, I make sure I continue the conversation with them to understand why they said no. What was the reason they said no? Can I keep you posted in the future? Do you think it's $700 to join? Because it's totally not. Sometimes there's other reasons why they say no, and they just say no right off the gate because they already have a preconceived notion about the thing that you're going to offer when they don't actually know what it is, right? So dig into the no's so that you can have a great follow-up system. I don't want you guys to go and create a new follow-up system this month. This is not the month for a follow-up system, for new things to be implemented. This is the month to just like keep it simple. So if you're using like Excel spreadsheet, use that. If you're using pen and paper, use that. If you're using Streak, use that. Like whatever system you're using, just use it. You just have to use the thing that you have. Don't try and recreate things or reinvent the wheel or try and learn a new system. Keep it super basic. And if you don't have a system, download the 9-week control freak pre-order form and just use that from the coach office. That's going to be the thing that you can just keep yourself organized and you can start to like use that as your follow-up system. That's something that we use often on our team is those pre-order tracker forms for every single launch. And they help a ton just to have that on paper because you can go back to that in months from now, right? Because you'll always have it there. And so if anything ever happens to your messages or to your Instagram account, you have all that information that's there. I think that something that we've been really good at for launches, and again, this is something that I do for every single launch, but specifically this launch, like Autumn is a big program. This is a really big program. So you guys have your goal. You're going to set your goal. You know what you're going for this month with this launch. You know what you're going to have to do every single day in order to achieve that goal. You know you have to show up and provide value. And you know you need to track your conversations so that you can follow up over the course of the month, right? This is how we are going to launch this program to new people. But let's also remember who's sitting right at our table. Let's also remember that we have a really incredible downline that we should check in on. And this is something that I do with every single launch. I check in on all my discount coaches and I check in on all of my working coaches. And I ask them if they want to go all in with me with 9-week control freak. Instead of saying, are you going to do that new program? I just say, I'm doing 9-week control freak. We're starting on January 11th. Are you in? Like that's literally my message to people. And that allows them to get excited about it with me. It allows us to have a conversation back and forth about it. But at that point, it also gives me a really great opportunity with my downline to say, are you going to be running your own challenge group? I'm really encouraging people to run their own bod groups and run their own challenge groups so that they can have the confidence to invite to something that is theirs. I think I stopped inviting for a really long time when I didn't feel like I had ownership over my own challenge group. That's why I want you guys to set up your own bod group and have it ready to go. Even if it's your first one and you're like super scared, set it up so it's ready to go and you can navigate that as we get through this process, but get out of your comfort zone. But encourage your coaches to do the same thing. Encourage your coaches to run their own challenge group. Ask who's going all in with you guys. And then ask your discount coaches if they're going to go all in on this. And do they have a couple of friends that they want to join? Referrals are everything. So I print out my entire coach list and I go through them one by one. And I just navigate, okay, where are they at? Is this person someone who I can invite to the coaching opportunity right now? Is this person someone who's been disconnected from the team? Maybe this is a way that we can build a connection again. Maybe I can pair them up with the success partner on the team so they can run a group together and feel confident in running a group together. How do I keep them close to the campfire? How do I keep them close to the team and really engaged with what's happening so that they don't feel left out and then just slowly like fall off of the face of the earth? And you're like, where did you go? Like, I have no idea what happened. You're not replying to any of my messages. Like, what happened? People are in a season of struggle. So make sure you check on your coaches, check on your discount coaches, and see where people are at, because I think you'll be surprised at how many people are going to say, yeah, I'm ready. Like, I want a completion pack. I need the equipment. I need this. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready to like revive, reset, new year, new me. You know that that's the saying. So lean into the people who are right at your table. And same with your client list. I literally print out my client list. I email all of them what's happening with my challenge groups, but I also just navigate through conversations with them all to be like, where are you at? Hey, I saw your bod's going to expire in 3 months. If anyone has a Beachbody On Demand membership expiring in 3 months, they automatically get the first message from me to be like, let's go. You need to get this program because this is like the best bang for your buck. So cancel your bod and get a new challenge pack. That is like number one conversation that I have if it expires within the next 3 months. But then also have the conversations with other people. I think sometimes we feel like we can't have the conversation with a client who just bought a challenge pack last month or the month before or within the last like 3 or 4 months, because we're like, well, they already spent this money. Like, why? I don't want to ask them to spend more money on this program. You'd be surprised at how many people want the latest and greatest program. We all do. We all buy them. Right? Like, we're all in. We're like, yes, what's next? Sign me up. Like, I'm in. Let's go. So this is a conversation to have with your clients. Like, don't prejudge. Don't assume you know what the answer is going to be before you even ask the question. Let them know what you're offering. Let them know what group you have coming up, and let them make the decision on whether or not they want to be a part of that with you, because you might be pleasantly surprised at how many people even had a Beachbody On Demand subscription that will get a completion pack. You could be surprised at where you'll find Success Club points with the people who are already in your challenge groups. So don't be afraid to reach out to the people who are already sitting at your table and navigate through some of those conversations with them to talk about where they're at. Where are they at on their goals? You know, what programs have they done? Have they loved 80-Day Obsession? They're probably going to want to do 9-Week Control Freak. There's so many people who love Autumn, and don't underestimate the number of people who are following her on Instagram already, who are following her on Facebook already, and who probably already have their eyes set on this program, but maybe just need you to guide them in that direction of like, this is when the group starts. Are you in? Let's go. Great opportunity for you guys too to reach out to your clients and talk about being a discount coach. If they are going to get started, they can purchase in the coach window. That's going to help you guys with rank advancements. Having those discount coaches are going to help you guys navigate through to Emerald if you're hoping to go Emerald, or Diamond if you guys are still in a push for the end of the year to reach some of these really cool goals, or to hold on to your Diamond, or to hold on to your Emerald. Every coach literally matters. Like, every coach matters. Every active coach is important towards bigger team goals and greater team goals, and even yours, right? And that's important for you to relay that message onto your downline and your future working coaches, is navigating those conversations to help people get started as a discount coach, help them get started into your organization and save. My conversation always, when it comes to, I call them VIP members, is that I would rather put the commission I would earn into your pocket. So you take the savings. You're going to help me in the end. Like, if that's the holdup here, like, don't worry about that. But I want to help you save. So let me help you save the 25%. Sign up as a discount coach, no penalties. You can cancel at any time, like literally nothing to lose. And most times people are like, okay, cool, sounds good. They might cancel after before the next payment comes out for the next month, but that's okay. If you're doing that every single month, you constantly have discount coaches that are helping to kind of fill those gaps and fill some of those voids that you might have. So have that conversation with your current clients. there honestly is like no shortage of things that you could be doing right now to launch this program. There really, really isn't. But I want you to focus on your goals. What are your goals for this month so that you can lean in and use your time really wisely? Because your time should be spent on the things that are going to produce the goal for you. If that's 30 invites a day, then you should be spending an hour sending out 30 invites that day. Maybe you need to spend 20 minutes with follow-ups. Maybe it's 10 minutes on a post instead of 4 hours on a post. I don't know how many people feel like they spend hours and hours and hours just trying to like craft a post. I see a lot of like nodding and smiling. So I feel like that's probably like something that's coming up for a lot of people. Reuse some of the stuff. If you've been a coach for a year, reuse some of the content that you've had. People don't remember what you posted a year ago. Go back through your memories, copy and paste what you had in the caption and post it with a new updated picture. Like, save yourself time. Find ways that you can still show up in this season where it's not a ton of the prep, but it's the important work, and share the important work. All you need to do on your stories is like, I'm sitting down, I'm doing a power hour, and then like time lapse you sitting there working. That's beautiful content to be able to share, and it's work you're already going to be doing. So you don't have to think of new content. You just have to share what you're doing. And I think sometimes we feel like that's boring, and sometimes we feel like that's not entertaining enough. And we're like, well, I can't share that. Like, other people wouldn't want to do that. But why wouldn't you want to share that? Share the actual things that you're doing instead of making up things that you think other people want to see. I've been there and I've done that. I have shown things that I think other people want to see, and it takes me hours upon hours to like find the perfect picture, scroll through a million other influencers to figure out what they're talking about on that subject, and then try and like sift something together through like all their captions to like make it sound like me. It's so much more work to try and show up how someone else is showing up than it is just to show exactly what you're doing right now. The fact that someone is making dinner right now while they're on a team call, like, share that. That's incredible. It looks like meatballs. I'm actually hungry right now. It's perfect. That's the stuff that you want to share. Busy, busy, busy life, but I'm making it work, right? Don't be overcomplicating this. And then you're going to sprinkle in the fact that you've got a challenge group and you're already showing up saying that this is my life. This is how I show up. Oh, and by the way, I've got a challenge group that's starting on January 11th. You have to be a part of it. Your excitement will be everything. That is going to be the thing that has people reaching out to you. And that's what's going to make a successful month for you. It's not going to be knowing all the ins and outs of what the program is and having the fancy graphics and, making sure that your stories are better than someone else's, or following all the top coaches and deciding that you need to have the same stories that they have, or deciding that no one will ever sign up with you because you don't have the swipe up feature yet. None of that matters. They just want to see you, and they want to know, how are you going to help them achieve their goals? And if you show up every single day, you have a bod group in place, and you do the vital behaviors in your business instead of the busy work, or instead of being intimidated and just scrolling on social media, that's what's going to get you to achieve your goals. Your vibe will attract your tribe every single day. No one will join you if you are trying to just sell them on something. If you share nothing and then all of a sudden show up on December 26th because it's Boxing Day and you're like, sale, I got one right here, let's go, let's do this. People are going to be like, what? Why is she trying to sell me something? But if you show up all month, provide value, and value is literally just showing up as you are and taking things from the blog. Take all the tips and tools and resources from the blog and share them as your own. I literally did a story one time and I was like, do you guys want to learn about what veganism is, or do you want to learn about the difference between, or what a vegetarian is? Like, that was my poll on Instagram. It was like, which one do you want to learn about today? I wasn't either, but I read about it on the blog. And so I let them choose, and then I shared what each one of them were. It's just breaking it down so that you can teach them, right? But lean in, your vibe really attracts your tribe. I think this is your time to really prep for January 1st. This is your time to be the person that everyone goes to when they decide they're ready. So show up so that when people decide they're ready, you have a challenge group that you can plug them into. You know what you're going to do. You have your start date for that challenge group, and people can be confident in the fact that you're going to be the guide for them and you're not going to flake out. You're not going to show up for 1 week and then not be there anymore. You're going to be the guide to help them actually do the thing that they've been trying to do for years that they're struggling with over and over and over again. And so outside of all of the 9-week control freak, you have all the tools and resources you need in the coach office. You have them all there. They are honestly incredible. This round of materials that they've given us, I feel like has been like really, I don't know, it's really straightforward. It's really clear. I love how they presented everything for us. So it's there. Use what's there, but understand the gritty work that you need to do to get to your goals, and know that your goals are yours. You don't have to have a goal of hitting Success Club 20. You don't have to have a goal of Success Club 10. You don't have to have a goal of earning $1,000. Your goal can be, I just want to help 3 people this month. That's fine. It's just whatever your goal is, align the work so that you can achieve your goal and you can feel successful and you can move into the new year with an incredible base in your business. This is the time that we can help people on their health and wellness journey. And this is also the time that we can help people with a business. Navigate the conversation with your clients about starting a business. If people are smart, if there ever was a time to start a health and wellness business, you're telling me that now is not the time? Everyone wants to start health and wellness goals in January. People are smart, right? We're not trying to hide anything. Listen, if you've been thinking about becoming a coach, like this is literally the best time, if there ever was one, with an amazing program launch that is probably going to be one of the biggest in Beachbody history, and right in time when the entire world is focusing on their health and wellness for a new year. Make sure you have those conversations, right? Have those conversations with your clients, build your team. This is a really, really beautiful time to help people with their health and wellness journey, but it's also a really beautiful time to build your team. You guys are showing up on this call. I know you want to build a team. There's rarely anybody who shows up on a team call that isn't looking to navigate through that process of what it looks like to build their own team, to have their own team calls one day, to reach 1 to 5-star diamond. We all have these bigger dreams and goals. This is a program that can get you there. Maybe you don't sign up all your coaches this month, but maybe you have a really, really great launch with this program because you've been showing up, you've been serving, you've been adding value, and you've been having the conversations in the DMs so that you build coaches out of this challenge group. This next challenge group could have your next rock star coach on your team. And so consider that when you're sending out your invites. Who's my next rock star? That's exciting to me. Like, I want to dive into my DMs right now to be like, who can I find? Like, I want to know that I'm creating such incredible challenge groups that are building Beachbody believers so that we can build cool, like really, really cool businesses together. That's kind of my launch plan, you guys. That's how I break down my month. That is literally how I reverse engineer all of my goals, and I make sure that I'm doing the work now to prepare myself for success. It's December 1st. It is the perfect time to just give yourself like 30 minutes to evaluate where your goals are at, write them down, and then move forward in a direction so every single day you can show up and you know exactly what you need to do, and you can communicate that to your family to be like, listen, I need 2 hours for my business today. I've got an hour of invites, and I know I've got an hour where I'm going to create content and I'm going to follow up with people. So I need you guys to know that I need that time to invest into the business, and then we're going to play a game. Then we're going to watch the movie. Then we're going to do this. But communicate that with your family and just set yourself up for success. I promise you, this feels like some of like this work is like the stuff that we don't like doing. We're like, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. It's fine. But when you take the time to like actually dig into it, this is where it feels really, really good. And you can really feel like, when you show up, there's nothing worse than showing up in a day and being like, did I do what I should have done today? Like, did I do enough? How many times do you go to bed and you're like, I don't even know if I did what I was supposed to do today. I don't think it was enough. I don't think what I did today was enough. When you reverse engineer it, you know you can go to bed that you did everything you were supposed to do to reach your goals at the end of the month. And so that's what I really want to encourage you guys, is focus on that. And the fact that we have a launch is like the bonus. It's like the sprinkles on top that we've got this launch to be able to help us get to those goals. Because every single month you should be setting these goals. But this is the time to close out the year with like your best month ever. I promise you, this can literally be your best month ever. Whether you believe it or not, whether you've achieved a goal this year or not, whether you have already thrown in the towel and decided, I'm over it, I'm just going to wait till January and do that. I want to give you permission in this moment right now to let go of all of that, permission to just throw it out the window and move forward, right? We have to continue to move forward so that we can feel successful, because when you feel the success, that's going to continue to drive you forward, and people are going to be attracted to that like none other on social media. Other than that, you guys, I'm going to stop talking. I feel like there's a couple questions in the chat. Do you want me to go back and answer those, or do you guys just want to like unmute, ask me a couple questions?
Whatever's easier for you.
Let me see here. When your coaches are running their own groups, especially for 9-Week Control Freak, are you providing them with the content to post in there each day? So my coaches, they use the challenge group guide from the coach office. I don't give them anything else. And my challenge groups on BOD, I actually don't even do a daily post. I'm like super basic with my challenge groups, you guys. And this, again, this is the busy work, right? Of like trying to have so much going on in our challenge groups. I find that for me, I have busy moms in there. I don't have time to read 4 and 5 posts in a challenge group, nor do I want to. Like, I want to get my workout done. I want you to give me a couple cool recipes. I want you to show me where I can go to like find the last minute meal that I'm going to make because I didn't prep my meals for the week. Like, I need to know this information and where I can find it. But to have a challenge group where there's like a ton going on is just not really my jam. It's not my vibe. So I don't provide that. A lot of it, it's honestly just everyone kind of checking in with their sweaty selfies and their shakes. And we encourage each other and cheer each other on. My post, like my check-in for the day, I'll write something really motivational on my check-in. So I don't just like check in with my workout. I'll talk about what am I doing for that day. Today was all about goal setting because it's a new month, right? Yesterday or on the weekend, I was talking about making sure that you get your before and after photos done. Take your measurements today, reset yourself this weekend. So I'll do that kind of stuff. But in terms of like actually having a guide for them, I don't. If they want a guide, they can use the guide that's in the coach office. Maybe one day when I have a bunch of assistants, someone can pull something together for me for the team. But until then, we use what we've got. Good. I'm glad. Okay, wait. You're just starting. You don't know what's what or where to start. Okay, reach out to your coach. And the first thing is set a goal for yourself. Always start with a goal, and then we can reverse engineer that goal. Set up a one-on-one call with your coach so that you can reverse engineer that goal. I think that would be the best place for you to start. Was there any other questions that I missed? Oh, how do you follow up with the no's without being pushy by asking so many questions? That's a really good question. I think for me, whenever someone says no, my response is always just, do you mind me asking why? Like, it's just simple. Do you mind me asking why? And oftentimes people will tell me, people aren't really offended by me just asking, well, how come? Like, why not? I'd love to learn more. You can even say, like, I'd love to keep you posted on a future group. Is that okay if I write your name down, or can I grab your email so I can let you know about the next group that's coming up? If you're uncomfortable asking the questions, and that will naturally lead into them saying like, no, I'm totally not interested. Like, leave me alone. Don't ever message me again. Or they're going to be like, yeah, totally. That would be totally cool. Like, I'd love to do that. Money's just tight this month, so hook me up next month. Instantly you have the objection, it's money. So sometimes even just like prompting, can I keep you posted on future groups? That for sure will give you a clear direction of whether they're interested or not. And here's the other thing, guys. If people aren't talking to you and you're getting like really short answers, you have to build the trust. You have to deposit. This is where I'm talking about adding value, right? Go and like on some of their stuff, comment on some of their stuff, offer them a free meal plan for the week, offer them a couple of cool recipes, provide them with a cool meditation you found on YouTube. Be like, hey, I just tried this. I know you're super busy. I know things have been stressful. This has really helped me in this season. I thought maybe you might enjoy it too. With no ask, just deposit into that bank account, that relational bank account for them, instead of trying to withdraw from it all the time, right? It's just like a regular bank account. You can't continue to withdraw money from it if you aren't depositing into it. Consider that like a relationship as well. Deposit into the relationship before you continue to withdraw. And that for me has always helped just in like providing that value or understanding. Like if I'm getting really short answers, I'm like, okay, they don't trust me yet. I got to build that connective tissue, and I don't force it. I just allow that relationship to kind of evolve and make sure that I have my notifications turned on so I know when they're going to post. I write their name down on a list so I can go back through and I can follow up with them and see if they're active on social media. I can watch their stories. I can engage with them. That is the building the relationship part that sometimes we just kind of skip out and skip over, and we just hit them back up. There's nothing worse for me than diving back into a conversation with a follow-up with somebody, and the last thing I sent them was an invite. Or the last conversation I had with them was a no thank you. And I'm like, oh, it's been 6 weeks and I haven't even talked to you since then. Like, no. That for me is like the worst feeling. And it's something that I used to do all the time because my relationship, I'm not someone who loves small talk. So my relationship building was really something that I had to focus on. And I had to just kind of like understand how to navigate that. But that is definitely like a telltale sign. If you're going back to invite someone with a follow-up and the last message you sent them was an invite, that's a really big gap where you can just start building relationships even more. I hope that helped answer your question. How do you build your relationship? How did you build your relationship building? For me, I had to stop doing it how everyone else did it. I had to stop trying to be like every other coach. I really just had to know how I like to have a conversation. And for me, even invite how you want to be invited. I don't like small talk. So if you're going to start small talk with me and then invite me, I'm like, I'm on to you. What do you want? What are you trying to sell me? I'm not into this. No. So I usually lead with an invite. More times than not, the first message someone gets from me is an invite. I know them. They've been liking or commenting or watching my stories. They've been following me. So I don't consider that a cold invite. Cold invite for me is like I find you on social media. I've never talked to you before. And then I send you an invite. If you're following me, that is an open door for me to invite you. The second you hit follow, the second you like, the second you comment, that's building relationship with people. And for me, that's always how I've just continued to build that relationship. I don't like the fluff. I don't like, oh, that's such a cute sweater. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I love your hair. That's not the type of person that I am. If I love it, I will say like, I need your sweater. Where did you get it from? Because I'm going to buy it now. If it's, oh my gosh, I love this picture. Like your kids just look so cute in that picture. I wish my kids would actually sit still for a picture because right now all I get is silly faces. Like, if I can really relate to them, I will. And it's finding the people that I can relate to and not forcing it. That has been the biggest thing, is just being yourself. And if I find that I'm like forcing relationship building, or I'm like trying to force a conversation, they're not my people, because I can talk to my people all day long. I'm just not into small talk, if that makes any sense. But if you're my people, I know you are, and I can just like chit chat and I can kick back and I can relax and I can feel really comfortable. But if I'm pulling teeth to have a conversation, or if I'm just like, I don't even know what to say on any of these photos, like I don't even have like a genuine comment, I just kind of go to the next person. I don't force it. I just go to the next person. Do I have Instagram notify me about their posts for a certain length of time? I feel like I get overwhelmed connecting. Okay, so if you don't like the notifications, then something that's really good is collections. I love using collections on Instagram. Do you guys know what collections are? Does anybody not know what a collection is? No, someone has no idea what a collection is. Okay, so when you save a post on Instagram, So say you go to a picture of literally anybody, there's like a little flag on the side, and there's like a little flag over on the side. When you hit that, instantly it'll say save to collection. So click on save to collection, and now you can add a collection. So for me, I have collections for like really cool reels that I like, so I can recreate them. I do a collection for potential clients. I do a collection. I usually just have it for like the month. So I'll write November, or right now I'll start a new one that is for December. And I add people into the collection that I want to build a relationship with. So when I sit down to work my business, I know, okay, I have 20 minutes for follow-ups. I go into my collection for that particular follow-up, if it's December or November, or it's relationship building, whatever collection I'm in, and I just go through each account. And then it's like super focused. I know the people I need to follow up with. I'm not busy scrolling, trying to find people. It's already people I found on Instagram that I'm just adding to a collection. So that's something that I do all the time. Yeah, I love that. Mike actually has some really great trainings for collections too. What do you do with unwanted follows, if you know what I mean? Block, 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 block. Block button is a really great thing, you guys. Don't allow energy to your page that you don't want. Like, if people are being super negative, and I don't even care if it's like Aunt Sue, like if someone is showing up and throwing shade on your profile, bye, right? Like, block, protect your peace. I listen to Trent Shelton. I love that he says this all the time. Protect your peace. That includes my space online. That's my peace. You know, I'm inviting you into my life, but it doesn't mean just because my profile is public that I have to accept absolutely everybody. And if you're going to show up in my DMs with creepy messages, or you're going to throw shade in the comments, or you're just going to be rude, block, 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 block. And when I first started my business, you guys, I literally blocked every single person that I worked with in my corporate career. I blocked them all because I couldn't show up as myself, thinking that they were watching and judging me. And I blocked them all. And I had to get over the fact that they were going to care that I blocked them, because they were going to judge me regardless of what I did. If I blocked them, they were going to judge me. If I didn't block them, they were going to judge me. But what did I need to do in order to achieve my goals? I had to block them, because I had to move forward. I had to go in a forward direction. I had to stop allowing other people's opinions and judgments of me hold me small. So do what you need to do to protect your peace on your social media account. Honestly, it is like, it makes a total difference. I love that. Any other questions? I think I got them all.
Thank you so much. Like, so many great tips. I don't think there's any other questions.
I think we're good. I think we're good. Thanks, guys.
But that was an awesome call. Like, so many takeaways. I know what I need to do. And I know a lot of people took a lot of tips away from that. So thanks so much for taking the time tonight. And I guess if they had other questions, I'll just ask you, but they can ask their coach as well. But anyways,
I'm an open book, guys. You can message me at any time. Honestly, I don't mind helping. Like, we're all family. Our team name is Fam Jam because I honestly consider everyone within Beachbody just our family. So we're an open book. If you need anything, I'm always here to help you guys out. So thanks for having me. This is amazing.
Love it. Thank you.
Bye, guys.